Hi, Phil Aston here from Now Spinning Magazine with another quick album review, and this time it is Warhorse, the recordings from 1970 to 1974. And anyone's interested in this is probably going to focus in on one particular musician, and that is Nick Simper, who was the bass player in Deep Purple Mark I. The main focus for me doing this is for those of you who've been around a bit, who might have already have the two editions of these albums that came out on the Repertoire label in 2009, 2010, I think it was. The booklets were written by Chris Welsh. They've got exactly the same number of tracks on, apart from which one is it? Just make sure I've got that right. Yes, this one is exactly the same, and this one, Red Sea, has one extra track on this, which is an acetate demo track of the track Burning. The kind of feel is that, because it's music from this period, especially the hard rock kind of music, was very heavy on Hammond organ, Heap, Purple, etc. And so, I mean, this is my kind of stuff. But if you already have these, then you don't necessarily have to upgrade to this. There's nothing on here to say that the remastering is any different. To me, they sound like they sound. The live stuff sounds good. The demos are good, but they sounded okay on this. As I said, it's exactly the same lineup apart from one extra track on Red Sea. If, however, you are new to this band, or you never got round to checking them out, then this version is the one to get, because these are going to be hard to find, and it's just easier to get the esoteric one. So the older ones are on Repertoire, and what happens is the license changes. Someone else comes in and said, we'd like to press that for a bit, and the license moves across, and esoteric have done that via Cherry Red. So is it like early Purple? Actually, it's more like early Uriah Heep. That's what it sounds like to me. The vocals are very much like David Byron to me. It's Ashley Holt on lead vocals, and that's who he kind of reminds me of the most. Frank Wilson on organ and piano, Mac Paul on drums, and Greg Peck on guitar, Nick Simper on bass. Of its time, they didn't set the world alight because there was so much competition. It was so hard to get noticed. Again, as I've said many, many times before, there was no way of checking out bands like this unless you bought it or one of your friends bought it, because you didn't hear them on the radio, you didn't see them on the telly. In Germany, you might have seen them on the Beat Club programme, but in the UK, we didn't see anything unless it was on the Argos test. So within a few weeks, of a couple of months, again, thinking back then that bands would record 2 albums a year, it was gone, and no one knew who they were. And by this time, of course, Deep Purple was all about Deep Purple Mark II, and Mark I was seen as a totally different beast. And a lot of my friends never really went there until later on in that decade. And so thinking that Nick Simper had kind of moved into a real rock band, I just didn't know. So the first album was 1970, and then Red Sea was 1972, and there are demos here from 1974 when they tried again, but without success. But we live in an age where you can now check these out. You can stream them first, and if you want, as you've seen, go across the bottom of the screen. Nice little package, nice little booklet, and if you haven't got these already, this is a great way of adding a bit of Purple history to your collection. And if you're into Uriah Heep, early, Hammond-driven hard rock, then this is a great set. So thank you for watching, thank you for being here. Remember, music is the healer and the doctor. Check out the website, check out the Facebook group, subscribe, ring that little bell. Remember, music is the healer and the doctor, and I shall see you all very, very soon.